Well, I'm gonna make a quick video in reference to the Mars agenda, the Mars program, and how it relates to Hollywood and the university system, the professors, the people we trust, the people we send our tax money to, $10 billion a year, and how they're just selling. They're selling a reality TV show program to us, and we buy into it, and it makes the foundations to um, the the globe model as a whole, the NASA program as a whole, the evolution program as a whole, the dinosaur program as a whole. When you see all these ancient alien shows, these old Discovery Channel, National Geographic stories, they're all selling you theories upon theories. They always say leading scientists, theorizers say this all these ancient these people that are making up stories and making up theories to tell you like, oh yeah, this is how it is, or this is how we think it is, and they're just making shit up. It's just like alien, like they come out with these, oh yeah, we think it might be this, but it could be anything. We really don't know. Like all this stuff is based upon um, theories upon theories, and that's what NASA is about. And it's based and it's completely to sell you like a quadruple or triple or quadruple layer of programming that you won't even question at all, because you believe these people are more evolved than you, or more or smarter than you, because they have these doctorates and degrees and all this stuff from these leading universities. This is why they're selling you ego. They're selling you a Hollywood facade, and Hollywood backs it up with the celebrities and the mainstream pop versions of what is supposed to be relevant for you, and then you just believe it. You just play it over and over and over again through generations, to your telling your kids like this is how your reality is. This is what the future looks like. This is what this is what our human evolution is all about. And I wanted to bringing up the Mars stuff right now because it's definitely a focus for NASA. It's definitely a focus for Hollywood, and they're one and the same. And I was thinking about it in relation to evolving human consciousness, like the expansion of human consciousness as a whole, and what Martian consciousness would be seen and understood as being from like an astrological perspective, and all this other stuff of energies, and like where that focus of energy is going to when we're saying we're going to Mars, or you want to go to Mars, what that does to your dreams, what it does to your when you're constantly bombarded with this Martian programming, and how it relates to us expanding consciousness, like compassion, empathy, love, and spaces that are outside of war as a whole. Is Mars is a war energy, a war, a patriarchal, a masculine, dominating energy, and that's basically what our whole system here is about. It's about this dominance, and also how it's linked to this ancient alien stuff. When you have them talking about them seeing pyramids and this, and the face on Mars, and this on Mars. This is all like a deeper layer of programming to make you believe that they went to the moon, that they went to the ISS station, that they have all this other stuff within the NASA program, and that they could eventually go to Mars as if it exists like that. And visualizing Mars as a globe, then it inherently subconsciously makes you envision the Earth plane as a globe. So it just validates itself all over. Just like global warming and climate change makes you envision a globe, just by understanding that. And then you pay into it positive energy by wanting to change the system, wanting to be a part of a system that is helping stop climate change and all this, which is how they're selling in this new agenda, this new United Nations agenda, and how they've always been playing up. You can see how these movies over so many years have existed for so long, conditioning you to think and pay your energy into this space, and how they utilize these individuals who are supposed to be just like you, these celebrities, the mainstream pop culture and that whole stuff, who are just like you. They bring these individuals up and they amplify the people who sell their story to you and bring the people down who won't sell their story. So, like, for example, Serena Williams is an athlete out there who's just like this really powerful woman in relation to like the divine feminine energy I was referencing in the previous video about Captain America Civil War and the whole Avengers Marvel stuff, and how they don't have a black woman Avenger in relation to how they can't have any kind of essence of the divine feminine expressing superhuman powers or superhero powers within a patriarchal program. It would just contradict the whole scene. So you can see how the whole design of the superhero program that they portray within Hollywood is totally based upon a wartime patriarchal system, and power grid, and how the essence of the black woman is just the embodiment of that divine feminine energy, which would totally like go against the whole patriarchal program, which is why also they kill the black man in every movie first, and now that's a whole thing, and how it's like laughable to people. That's a whole program. It's a psychological programming. Not to mention how they have these people they put out in front of you who are your saviors, your people who, your Bruce Willis who goes up onto a meteor to save you in Armageddon from this and that, and Tom Hanks in Apollo 13 and all that other stuff. Like, these people are protecting, it goes back, and if you go into the studies of Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and white genetic annihilation, you go into how deep this program goes into trying to protect their existence. When you start to see how the recessive genes of just simple breeding, like how if a black person and a white person has a baby, that baby's going to be brown or black, and over time that race will pretty much be annihilated over time. So they have to annihilate or genocide and mix in the genes and create this whole we're all one scenario to protect their bloodline, in a sense. And this is what this whole psychological conditioning is about when you factor in the movies, the celebrities, and how they're put out there for you to think and act and see, and to believe in, to pay your energy, pay your taxes to NASA, pay your money to go see these movies and program yourself to believe in a system that tells you only 1/10 of the story of human existence. And I was talking to my cousin earlier about how if we had our own networks, if people weren't limited by the monetary system and the mainstream pop culture who puts stuff out there that says this is what's hip, this is what's famous, this is what's good. If we didn't have that grid out there, then there would be so much more color, so much more vibrancy, so many more frequencies out there that are way deeper than what we see now as popular movies and music and TV shows. In fact, what's out there right now wouldn't even exist. It's already irrelevant. And this is the sad thing about how like Hollywood and culture and the whole genetic annihilation program, how they're trying to protect, in a sense, that reality. Not sad as in like, yeah, no, it's still fucked up the way it's designed, but when you see it as like an individual, when you break it down to like one person, it's sad. Like it's like a person trying to be relevant, trying to be more popular, the popular kid. So they got to put all these people out in front of you to make themselves look and seem popular. Because like I was saying, if we had our own networks, if we weren't limited by the fiat currency and the mainstream news and celebrityism and all that shit. The celebrities of today, the music of today, the movies of today would all be different. It would all be way better, way deeper, more vibrant, and what is out there today wouldn't even exist. It wouldn't even be relevant at all. It'd be garbage because it already is garbage. You can already see the trends of how these movies are in your face. They're weak. They're telling the same stories. They have the same format, the same style. This is the emphasis, the foundation to the supremacy program as a whole. It's like this is how writing is. This is how poetry is. This is how music is. This is what movies are. This is what all this stuff is. They tell you what it is to keep you locked up in this box program, and then you'll be able to be conditioned a certain way to go along with this system. And like I was saying earlier about Serena Williams being brought up, like being in that movie with Pixels and the Game of Thrones dude, and then like after having this successful career that she has and being the person that she is, a super powerful individual, and then being brought down into that character in the Pixels movie, and then being on the Beyonce video just shaking her ass, and then now on a Snapchat eating dog food. Like this shit is ridiculous. Like, and only certain people, certain personalities wouldn't do that. Certain individuals wouldn't do that stuff. Like they wouldn't even ask Lauryn Hill to be that character on the Pixels movie. They wouldn't do that stuff. So they don't put these people out here who will empower you in your face. They won't put those people out there who will empower a system that exists outside of the mainstream pop system, and then they will consistently put the people out in front of you who will play the game and who will sell the agenda of the control grid. And it's really a jacked up scenario when you see how it's affecting kids and men and women and generations over and over again. And it goes down into the globe programming, the Mars programming, the whole all the agendas balled up into one. And I just wanted to share that and relate that to how these fake ass professors are out there selling you theories upon theories, and you can guess about some shit too. You can just say, oh yeah, this could be this alien or this, that, and this, it could look like this, and make some pictures, some CGI stuff and all that stuff. That's ridiculous, but it's our reality. Like it's what people believe in right now. And this is what it looks like, all these movies and stuff that are out there. So I wanted to just link in like how the Martian Hollywood stuff is locked into personality building, NASA, movies, and the consciousness, the Earth consciousness, being able to experience compassion, empathy, harmonics. Like when you observe nature as a whole here and see that Mars is not, the energy is different, and this is what they're paying into. This is what they worship, in a sense. Worship. So anyway, that's pretty much it. So thank you for joining me. Until next time, peace, love, and harmony.